Jacko, 4-1, is that a fair reflection, you think, this evening?
Probably not. I thought we were in the game for long periods, and the goals we conceded towards the end, made the scoreline what it was, obviously. But listen, you can't argue with that. It's whether I think it's a fair result. It was a result, so we have to take that on the chin. But looking back on it straight away, there were lots of aspects I was happy with, particularly that first half performance as well. Playing better football. If I'm honest, not creating still as many chances as we want, and that's where we're falling down at the minute. We've got to be more creative and have more of a threat to the opposition goal. But as regards to our build-up and controlling the play against an aggressive press from Sydney, I thought we dealt with the ball much better, and that made a good contest.
In terms of the creative aspect, you mentioned that. Is that something that individuals aren't firing to the level that you know that they can, or is it something that's lacking in build-up?
No, I think the build-up is okay, but listen, when we get into certain situations, we have to have that little bit of flair and that creativity, and we feel that we've got certain players who can do that. We're just not doing it enough at the minute, and that's something we have to get better at. I've been talking about it for a long time now this season, that we have to be more creative in the final third, but also, listen, we have to stop shipping goals, which is ultimately an important factor as well. But like I said earlier, I thought we were in the game for long periods, and they showed their quality when they had opportunities to score.
Obviously, it's in the immediate aftermath now, but is there something you can put your finger on as to why you are shipping the amount of goals? Obviously, I know it's a completely different team to that last year, different personnel, different way of playing, but is there something that's obvious to you that you think is easily fixable?
It's just the connectivity of the team. I think you saw first half, we were really connected and we're defensively very sound. The first goal came from us not pressing correctly on our left-hand side, which enabled a switch of play, and then us not being alert from the full-back run. So again, easily avoidable by being connected, and we recovered well from that in the first half. And then it's about doing that when you're under fatigue, but also when kind of we make changes and people come onto the pitch, so it's knowing that job and the role and responsibility. So listen, that's my job for me to do and the coaches to do, to make sure everybody knows their job, and we'll work hard to do that. But yeah, we've got to execute defensive actions better than we did for the goals.
Well, you now sit 5 points off the top 6, and after such a successful season last year, how are you dealing with it? How are the players dealing with it? How are you being able to take this ship around the season?
Just working hard, that's what everybody says. You work hard, you try and get better every day, and that's what we aim to do. Like I said, I think there's lots of positives we can take from that game, 100%. But there's lots of learning to do as well. Remembering we've got young players on the pitch as well. But listen, they have to grow up quickly and they have to learn quickly. And we've got to get not just a starting 11 aligned to what we want. It's a full squad aligned to what we do. So when we do have to make changes, because the way we work and the way we expect the players to run and exert themselves physically, we have to rely on the squad. So we have to get that understanding within the depth of our squad, so we can maintain levels of performance like we had in the first half for longer, for 90 plus minutes.
So now we're coming near halfway through the season. Have the goals shifted? Do you have a different objective come the end of the season now?
Our objective is just to finish up as high up at the top of the league as we can. We want to climb the table. That's our objective. If that takes us into the playoffs, then so be it. We just want to get better every day. We work hard on the training pitch. We want players to improve individually, and we want us to improve collectively as a team. And yeah, we're falling short at the minute, and that's kind of impacted our start to the season. But as we know, football can change quickly, and I'll take the positives from this game, but certainly kind of knuckle down on what we need to get better at.
Just on that, I know I was touched about the personnel changes. Do you see it as this campaign as a title defence? Do you treat it that way, or is it really that one game at a time mentality?
Well, yeah, that's what it is. We won the title last year, so we're defending it this year. There's challenges which come with that, of course there is, when we lose players, but this is what it is. We try and build a squad to compete at the top end of the table. That's what we want to do. so that's what we'll continue to do. The good thing now is that we've got scope to maybe explore the transfer window. That might be an option for us. It's something we can do, and that might help us in the attacking part of the pitch and the attacking part of our game. And that's something I'll be working hard with the club to explore.
You mentioned January, Mark. Is there any names specifically you can?
Not that I can give you guys. Obviously, there's names who we're aware of and who are on our list. But until that transfer window opens, we can't go and attack it. So, listen, we have limitations, of course we do, and whether we do anything in January, we'll have to wait and see. But the attacking part of the pitch is somewhere where I want us to get better, and I want to develop the squad and maybe add to the squad.
In terms of resources, have you spoken to Mike about what you've got to work with?
Yeah, Mike's been very supportive, and he said, listen, if whatever I need, and he knows what I feel I need, then he'll try and support us with that. He's been really good with us as a football department and kind of business as normal, and I take ideas to him, and we'll be having them discussions as well going forward.
Just on that, Jacko, you've got the full complement of visa players at the moment. Does that mean you're looking at sort of Australian-based solutions in order to try and fix the areas that you want to maybe address?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we're up on our visas, and listen, we'll probably we might have offers for our players coming in. We have to wait and see, and I've already heard of potential. Some of our players being potential targets, so we'll have to wait and see what that is. And but ultimately, I want to keep the squad, and I want to add to the squad. But yeah, that probably won't be a visa player. It'll be Australian-based players.
Just in terms of Mikel Docker as well, he's played up front this year, played in the 10, obviously played at the left side. What do you think his best position is? Because you're speaking about that attacking threat. Last year, I thought he was excellent attacking players.
Yeah, probably. Listen, he's got a lot of attributes as Docker. We put him at left back today to combat the threat of Joe Lolly, who's an exceptional player, and I thought he did that for large periods of the game. And but ultimately, where we can use him, probably his best position for me is kind of that full-back position. He's an exceptional defender. He showed that last year when he played against Nkunda, particularly away Adelaide. But yeah, probably at full-back. But listen, we're going to utilise him probably in more attacking positions this year. But he did a job today because Lucas Moragas was out, and he did a good job. But yeah, we'll probably see Docker in more attacking positions going forward.
Perfect. Thank you, everyone. Cheers.
Cheers.